figured out. We're still... Oh! Save the whiskey!
Sounds like an old man trying to... Oh! Hello, welcome to this week's episode of The Rambling Knave. I'm Brandon.
And I have the power.
Moron, that's fucking He-Man. This
Whatever.
is Marvel.
Whatever, it's all cartoons.
Jesus Christ. This week, as I just said, we are doing Marvel villains in honor of the upcoming Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. They've done a lot of the iconic bad guys in all these Marvel movies, but there's some that they haven't done correctly or done at all. I mean, there's a few that they've touched on gently, but they've never, given them their full due.
Right, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to list out some of the villains that we think the Avengers should fight in the next Avengers movie, whenever that may be.
Yeah, I mean, and, just in case, you're not really down with this, and you're going to end this video watching it right now, just like, click, or subscribe right now.
Yeah, no,
and
just
then you don't have to
subscribe.
even watch the whole thing. But
honestly, you don't have to watch any of our videos. Just if you subscribe, that'd be dope.
Yeah, just let it run in the background while you're vacuuming. I don't care. So let's begin at the beginning with one character that was in one of the Hulk movies, one of the standalone Hulk movies, the leader.
Leader.
The leader. Sam Stearns. He was a janitor. I mean, basically it's Flowers for Algernon, if you've ever read that book, like in 7th or 8th grade. He was the janitor at some chemical plant, exposed to gamma radiation, and became super intelligent. His brain grew, and I mean, look at him.
Yeah, he's got a big fat brain. He's super smart and stuff.
Yeah, and he fights the Hulk, because... the Hulk, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that the Hulk can resist it because he's just dumb.
Yeah, he's just straight up rage. But the thing is, though, I think we're teaching kids the wrong fucking lesson, because we're teaching kids that blind rage and ignorance beats intelligence. Which, I mean, does prove out in the real world if you watch the news, but still, shouldn't we aspire to better?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it just proves that, stupid brute force beats intelligence every time, so stop reading books and start cage fighting.
So I think this one, out of all of them, is the easiest to make happen, because they've already established it. They've hired an actor to play him once. So just, fucking bring on the leader and Hulk smash.
Or you can even do it in like a Hulk spin-off.
I mean, they've tried to varying degrees of success with Hulk movies. Like I said, he was in one of the Hulk movies. Mm-hmm. He didn't really get his due. I think it was like right at the end credit scene or something. He became the leader. Before that, he was just Sam Stearns.
But he also, and I don't think it was exposure to gamma radiation as opposed to like some secret serum.
Yeah, like they dripped like purple Powerade on his forehead long enough, and he became the leader. But whatever.
Yeah, his brain got a whole shitload of purple drank.
But I think it would be a cool fight if they actually had him using his hyper intelligence to, I don't know, like make a cult and have him fight Hulk. Like, oh, Hulk not want to kill.
Well, I think what it would be is that the leader goes through all the Avengers and takes them out one by one until he comes to the Hulk.
Like Batman style, like uses his brain and knows all their weaknesses.
Yeah, so he takes out all the Avengers one by one until he gets to the Hulk, and then it's, this dichotomy of hyper-intelligence versus hyper-brute force and who's going to win, and it's this epic battle, but eventually, the leader gets dominated by the Hulk.
Yeah, fat brain man.
Yeah, he just punches the leader's brain off.
Yeah, so he's just like floating eyeballs for a second and then they drop.
Yeah. Number 2 is Modok. And I have come to the understanding that his name is, it's an acronym for Modular Organism Designed Only for Kittens.
No, that's wrong.
No? What is it?
No, that's the Mobile Organism Designed Only for Killing.
Oh, see, that sounds way less threatening.
But anyway, he worked for AIM. It was a guy, George Tarleton, floating around in his portable flying hover toilet. And they're like, hey, you want to become like a weird thing? And they're like, sure.
You want to become a weird thing?
Yeah, you get to fly around in a hover toilet.
Make me a weird thing.
They decided that they were going to create an ultimate killing death machine, and they made him. Like, if you're trying to make like the ultimate killing machine, that's what you come up with.
Yeah.
Like, he's got T-Rex legs.
No.
They don't really do anything. He just floats around and uses his psychic powers.
No, if I'm making an ultimate killing machine, he's going to have functioning legs. And they're going to be like those legs from those guys who never miss leg day. They're just going to be solid muscle.
Oh, just never misliked it.
Just
bro.
never misliked it.
Never.
Essentially, if I was to create this thing, it would just be the Hulk. Like, why would you create anything else?
Well, just like the Hulk with the leader brain.
Oh, dude, that'd be frightening.
He was like the main bad guy with Thanos on the superhero squad when my son was little. We used to watch it all the time. And I was like, really? Modok?
Well, as he should be. Look at him.
Yeah, I get it.
He needs his spot in the sunlight.
It was with like a little kid show, and then there's like the mobile organism designed only for killing. Hey, kids! Like, okay. I mean, obviously didn't catch on that much because I didn't see kids walking around wearing like Modok Rocks shirts and stuff. But
you know, another thing that I'm really upset about is I don't see enough Modok porn on the internet.
He has psychic powers. You know, when he goes up against things, he can move things with his mind. He can zap out of that weird like purple crystal thingy in his forehead there. And you know, so you get the whole Avengers crew and like, you know, Hawkeye's trying to like shoot out the purple thing with an arrow.
Well, and then see, I have this idea that, you know, once he fights the Avengers beat him, and instead of like banishing him to like, you know, a demi-dimension, he just becomes a homeless guy fighting dogs for sandwiches.
Yeah, like they get rid of the hover ability and they just put like a couple of like shopping cart wheels on the bottom, and he has to kind of use those weird little legs to just scoot himself around.
Exactly. Yeah. He's just, and I think that is more of a punishment than being like banished to. You know,
they just send him to like Jersey.
Yeah. And say,
or someplace with a lot of hills.
Yeah, you know, like West Virginia or something.
Yeah,
he's just always scavenging for food that random stray dogs just take from him, and he tries to hit him with the power beam, but it's like low power, so the dog's always dodging out of the way.
You know, it's like a purple flashlight,
yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what happens to Modok when he gets beat by the Avengers.
All right. So the next one is kind of a weird one in the regards that probably you don't know this actually happened.
It's one of those crossovers from what was it, like the 70s?
70s,
the 70s that you might not know about, but is super fucking awesome.
And I want to see it so fucking bad.
Where they wrote in Godzilla to fight the Avengers, which you don't even need anything else really. Just the Avengers and Godzilla is fucking sweet. And if you don't know who Godzilla is, we cannot be friends. But still subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, I mean it's Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those, like, you know, he comes from Monster Island and he just goes and just fucks shit up.
Yeah.
We're not talking, like, early Godzilla. We're talking, like, late Godzilla now with, like, the tail kick and the atomic breath and...
Yeah, no,
just
like...
laying waste to everything.
If you're going to cross it over with Avengers, it needs to be, like, fucking ridiculous.
And it does actually... He actually plays into one of the other characters later because, I mean, Godzilla comes from... Monster Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of these guys that we're gonna talk about soon, goes to Monster Island and lives there and protects it. So like, team up much? I'm just saying.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect, but it's got to be wacky, just wacky, crazy fun. And the thing I want to see is like, okay, here's my question: because after Godzilla clearly lays waste to all the other Avengers,
absolutely,
yeah, he just kicks the shit out of all of them. Even like Thor is like a thunder god, but Godzilla is the king of the monsters, which is clearly cooler. But like, when he gets into a battle with the Hulk, what happens when he hits Hulk with the radioactive breath? You know, because one, that's going to piss Hulk off, and pissing Hulk off just makes him stronger. And then if you hit him with the radioactive breath, does that just make him like exponentially stronger?
Well, I mean, but here's the thing: is that gamma radiation that Godzilla's spraying out, or like theta band radiation?
Yeah, see, I don't know, but I think it would be cool because you can spin it to be gamma radiation. And then, like, the Hulk just gets exponentially stronger. Or you can even, like, harken back to the original Gojira, where it was, like, this commentary about the atomic bomb, and then Hulk explodes, and everybody dies, and, atomic bomb, Gojira 2.0.
Yeah, and just as a point, the new Godzilla movie that's coming out next month, I think? Soonish. The director actually commented on this comic and said he wants to do it. Sure, partially jokingly, but at the same time, damn well... He's already got one intellectual property of Godzilla, like...
Oh, he probably has that script, like, completely written out, but you need to add in the part with the Hulk. And what would happen. Because that'd be great. And then you can, again, make it a sweet nuclear bomb commentary. Stop using nuclear bombs.
Yeah. And to pair with that is Mole Man. Harvey Rupert Elder.
Yeah, Rupert or is it Rupert? I feel like it should be. If it is Rupert, it should be Rupert.
Pretty sure it's Rupert.
It should be Rupert.
Unless I wrote it down wrong, which is altogether possible. He's an American nuclear scientist, and he was shunned for his ugliness.
Well, I mean, that just speaks to American culture. If you're ugly, get the fuck out.
Yeah, you're smart, but we don't want you here because you're not pretty or strong. So he leaves, goes underground on Monster Island. Monster Island, Godzilla.
See, there it is. And then you could throw Mole Man into this whole new Avengers, series.
They're a super villain team. So yeah, he gets those stupid glasses so he can be up in the sunlight and it doesn't burn his retinas out. And literally his superpower is he can kind of control the monsters that live underground on Monster Island. So he's basically like land Aquaman. Like he's like and like the monsters come out.
Right, but I mean if they're underground monsters, I think only like Anguirus was the only one who like lived underground. I guess Gamera lives in a volcano, which is kind of underground.
Yeah.
But I think Rodan was in a volcano too. Apparently there's a lot of volcanoes in just
well, it's the Ring of Fire.
Okay. Well, that is a very good point. That is a very good point. They have to deal with volcanoes a lot more than we do.
Yeah. In the Midwest, there's not a whole lot of calderas here in the Midwest.
No, not really.
I mean, imagine that fucker riding Godzilla into battle. You're not that ugly to me. I mean, Godzilla doesn't really talk. But...
And then Godzilla, like he has those feelings like nobody's ever told him that he's pretty, and that he's beautiful, and that he's worth it. But Mole Man sees beyond that. He goes, you know what, Godzilla? I love you and you're gorgeous. And Godzilla's like, fuck yeah, man.
Whatever you want to do. Let's fuck some shit up.
And then they have like a really potent romance in the movie, and then at one point they kiss. Just and it's beautiful.
And it's tender.
It's poetic.
You wouldn't think that Godzilla could be that tender, but he is.
Yeah.
He's a gentle lover.
It's like if Lord Byron wrote a poem about it. It'd just be beautiful.
Yeah, so that's Mole Man.
That is Mole Man.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with the Godzilla Mole Man romance.
No,
but
but
that's for another time.
Yeah. And, I mean, last but certainly not least, no one is gay for Mole Man.
No one.
Yeah.
Moving along to the next one. The next villain that the Avengers, all of the Avengers, should fight, Asbestos Man and Lady.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
For real. I mean... Okay, first off, look at this dumb butt.
Dumb butt.
Yeah.
Dumb butt.
He doesn't deserve an ass. He doesn't deserve an ass. I mean, look at him.
You were just talking about Modok porn, and then you said dumb butt?
Because he doesn't deserve
Yeah, because he's a dumb butt.
And he's dead. And she's dead.
So
Respect the dead. Dr. Orson Karloff.
You're going to get asbestos poisoning someday.
He apparently is like one of the world's greatest chemists and develops asbestos and makes super asbestos suit and fights the Human Torch.
But he's flame retardant, so he can beat the Human Torch.
Yeah, and has an iron shield that also deflects flames. Sure.
Why not?
Sure it does.
This is comic book logic where you just throw anything out the door.
But I will like to point out that later, once we all realized that asbestos is not good, they gave him cancer and him and her died of cancer from asbestos poisoning. Developed in like the late 40s, early 50s. This is the time when America was like, everything is great! Look at all of our science! Like, we made the atomic bomb and... asbestos!
Yeah.
Nothing bad can happen!
Asbestos Man is the guy who comes to your house and says, hey, you need this, and then you get cancer.
Yeah.
That's why he's a villain. Now, my question really is like, okay, so they have Asbestos Man and Asbestos Lady, but what about like Lead Paint Woman or like Powerline Man? Like, you know, the kid who lives under power lines and then gets superpowers somehow.
Yeah, and he has like a terrible case of tinnitus from like that constant buzzing.
Yeah.
And that's what drives him mad into a life of crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Or, you know, like Lead Paint Woman, like, walks with a limp and like half of her face is just like sagging because of the lead paint exposure.
Yeah, and she can mold it to look like other people, but only from half of her face.
Yeah, only half. So you can only. She's always walking like this.
Like, oh, I'm really hot. Monster. Yeah.
I really don't know how a fight with the Avengers would go.
I think they would just all destroy him.
I think what it would be a lot of subterfuge on Asbestos Man and Lady's part, where they go into the Avengers Manor and just like, you know, hey, we're redoing the insulation, and they just fill it with asbestos.
Super asbestos.
Yeah, and they put it in the vents, so the Avengers all get cancer.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
It kind of does.
And I mean, that's how Asbestos Man and Lady both died. They both died of cancer from asbestos.
And also, I feel like that's a really good ruse because the Avengers, they're dealing with like these interdimensional beings, like these like demigods.
Yeah,
and then you have Asbestos Man Lady show up at the door like, ding dong. Hey, we're here to like fix your insulation. I don't know why they're Canadian, but I think they should be Canadian.
Because no one questions Canadians.
Exactly. So, we're here to redo your insulation, and then they fill it with asbestos.
Yeah, I think they're so busy with everything else, they are not questioning the contractors that are coming in.
Right, yeah.
It's just like, the guys that worked on the Death Star. Like, no one questions those guys.
Yeah, independent contractors.
Yeah, they're just independent contractors.
They are a casualty of
that
war,
are there. Tony Stark hired them, and they're like, Mr. Stark, he hired us here.
And then that can cause a clash, an inter-team clash between Tony Stark and the rest of the Avengers, kind of like Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War 2.
Yeah,
Electric
exactly.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, yes, and there's like a big, awesome like dance scene in there.
Oh.
They have a dance-off instead of a fight.
I mean, why not just make the next Avengers movie a musical?
See, I think this is the best idea.
I think that's what it needs to be.
And Asbestos Man
Avengers
Lady,
the musical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it.
Next is a little less weird or stupid than the other ones, but it's Shuma Korath.
I mean, it's still up there in the weird factor.
It's weird. Like, it's just a giant space squid, which is like Cthulhu, but it's cartoony, so it's not like, the elder god who's literally just going to talk to you and your brain's going to explode out your asshole.
Yeah. But, I mean, it does sort of remind me of, like, a different comic book company when they had their superhero team and they fought Starro. Oh. It's, a giant space starfish. And they're like, well, I mean, the starfish thing worked. Let's make a giant space squid.
Yeah, well, the space squid is far cooler than a fucking starfish. Let's be honest.
Agree.
I mean,
agree.
Come on. He's got like, crazy fucking cosmic powers, which is kind of dope.
Sure.
I wonder if it's like a beholder, where it can shoot different rays out of its tentacles.
Poop ray.
The poop ray, yeah. And
make sure you have the poopsies when you're fighting.
Up here in the corner is the card for the D&D episode you should check out, where we talk about beholders.
Yeah, you should like, comment, and subscribe, so that way you're.
Yeah, so you're aware when we release more of these
things.
Because we're gonna keep doing it.
Stupid callbacks.
Yeah, we're gonna keep doing it in your face until you do it.
Yeah, exactly. This one would be one where it would honestly take the whole team to come and fight against Shuma Korath.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got, psychic powers and cosmic powers and got like Thor and all the other like flying, Thor and Iron Man charging in, smashing it in the middle, and everybody else outside fighting, getting tangled up in the tentacles, and you need Ms. Marvel to come in and save the day, I guess, because she's
like Scarlet Witch, because she is totally badass, and I feel like they're completely underplaying her. I'm not gonna lie, I think Scarlet Witch should have had her own just whole standalone series.
She kind of turned him into like what do you call it? Calamari. She just turned the water into hot and just boil them alive.
Yeah, and then the Avengers just eat them.
Yeah. There you go. That's how it ends. We don't have to have shawarma. We're having fucking...
Yeah, we're having Shuma Korath ass.
Delicious.
Delicious squid ass.
Yeah. Alright, so next is Space Phantom. Okay, so before you put the picture up...
Okay.
I just want you to picture, the weirdest, gangliest, homeless man that's just coming up begging for your change. And there. I hope that worked. Because look at that fucking dude. He's just like, Gah! Just on crack. Just like, give me your change, give me your change.
Yeah,
suck your dick for a quarter. That's that guy.
And the Avengers should fight him. Well, that's what we're getting at.
But there's an unlimited number of him. They have no name. They come from limbo.
Man, that's a lot of quarters.
Yeah, he's just popping up everywhere, and they take over people. They take you over. You would pop into limbo, and he would become you.
Well, okay, but...
he wouldn't even have to change what he looks like that much.
Right, but yeah, he wouldn't. But the issue here is I suck dick for free, so people are going to know that guy... Right, that guy does not actually want a quarter for this.
Well...
He's clearly a Space Phantom, and that's how they're going to get found out.
Yeah. So, there you go. Space Phantom.
Yeah, we talk about it more, but you just need to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, this is really just
Yeah.
here's 10 seconds of silence for you to look at Space Phantom.
Yeah. And go.
Yeah, I think that's
It's got to be about 10. I don't know.
That's
It's
good
more
enough.
like 5.
Tough.
Moving right along, we think that for this next segment, we think that Marvel should run a contest for fans to homebrew their own villain to be in the next Avengers movie or maybe an Avengers movie down the line. And this guy is going to be our villain. Now, this idea came about when some of us in the group were going down on vacation to Myrtle Beach, where we wanted to see a video. I don't know how we got on the topic, frankly, where we're like, hey, let's see if there's a video of like a dude plowing out a vacuum. And sure enough, there was.
Rule 34.
Rule 34 did not fail us, and we watched the video, and I watched that video.
His name, Power Vacuum. So here's an artist rendition of what he can look like. I mean,
I think it looks pretty similar to what he would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Marvel artists could do much. I mean, Alan Lee's got nothing on that.
Right,
I mean, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, send us money and you can have rights to Power
Right,
Vacuum.
yeah, but it's our copyright, so you're not allowed to have him. And the Avengers are not allowed to fight him unless you give us a lot of cash.
Yeah, he was like his name is Kirby Hoover.
Yeah, Kirby Hoover.
He's a door-to-door vacuum salesman in New York. He was off on a trip, comes home, finds his house destroyed with a Kree ship smashed
from
through
the Avengers, the first Avengers movie where they ruined his house.
Yeah. You're welcome, Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm doing all this writing for you. You don't even have to do it.
So good.
He goes in there, he's cleaning everything up with his strongest vacuum, finds his wife and an unborn child dead, crushed underneath.
Right, aside from the dead wife and child, we're going to go back to the vacuum, and it's got to be something like the Suckmaster 5000.
Oh, yeah, something stupid.
Yeah.
And he's like pulling her body out, and I don't know.
Wait, is he pulling her body out with the vacuum?
I think, no. I mean, it has to be more poignant. These movies have to have a little bit of heart,
Gotcha.
so he's like crying. He's like, oh, whatever.
There's a lot of like sad string music playing in the background.
He's pulling her body out, and like the ship kind of shifts, and the power cell goes off, and he's hit with some weird radiation and absorbs in the Suckmaster 5000. His arms disappear and become just attachments, and his legs become, actual vacuums, as you see in the photo. And he vows to make the Avengers' lives suck.
He is He is an entrepreneur who was working to provide for his wife and unborn child, and he developed a vacuum so powerful it could suck anything.
There you go. I mean, so now he's got his super suction powers.
Yeah.
Like maybe because of the radiation, there's like a black hole in his soul, and he just kind of opens it up and just sucks everything in.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You can't have this idea unless you give us like a shitload of money, like somewhere in the range of like $1,000.
Oh no! Fucking hold on. He's the it's the human form at first, and the Avengers beat him. But then the leader finds his mangled body and reassembles him as this giant vacuum monolith.
So it's kind of like Megatron, and then he becomes Galvatron.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
But I mean, there's got to be penis involved in the sucking. I mean, I didn't mention that story before for no reason.
That's why he has the attachment.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Clearly,
he's self-pleasuring.
like his only task is to suck the Avengers off until they're defeated.
I guess that would, at least after a while, get him dehydrated.
Right, yeah, no, so he wins in the end.
They just need like 13 pounds of peanuts and Powerade.
Yeah.
The only way to defeat Power Vacuum Man is peanuts and
electrolytes. Yeah.
All right.
Clearly.
So that's what we came up with. Let us know what your supervillain would be if you had to develop him.
Or what your mundane superpower would be, or what your superhero squad or supervillain squad would be called.
Or who you put in it.
Yeah.
All right, so there's our list of weird villains and some cool ones thrown in there too.
Yeah, that the Avengers should definitely fight in upcoming movies.
I mean, this could be like, you know, you can put all of these guys together, put them in one giant movie. You know, it's like the League of Evil, but, you know.
Yeah, so they could have their own origin series like the Avengers have, and then whatever Avengers movies you are on at that point, who's ever in the Avengers at that point, can fight this team of people.
Yeah, so there you go.
Definitely.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. Please like, click, and subscribe.
Yeah,
And
and
ring the bell.
And ring the bell, and here soon in the future we have plans for other content as well, which we'll let you know, but it's just there on the horizon, so we're going to be trying to add more videos and more things to the show.
Not always with our ugly faces
Yeah,
on it.
and not just us anymore.
Yeah.
Although, we'll still be here. You can't get rid of us.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, yep, thank you very much.
Do all that so you're alerted when the next keg is tapped.
Excelsior!
Excelsior!